So everyone is different. Every single one of us is different, and we're different over our life courses. We evolve, we change, there are different challenges, and we really want to be able to capture as many people to get that diversity, that richness. And I do know, I can say that it happened to me earlier this week. It just takes one person, if I can listen carefully to that one person, to unlock secrets to a condition that have implications for a lot of other people. And so that's what we're doing is we're listening very, very carefully. And I don't know which one of you is going to whisper the right thing at the right time where all of a sudden I'm going to have, and all of us are going to have that collective aha moment. But we want that chorus of everyone there to be able to contribute and to be able to make sure your voice is heard. Within that, I want to say very specifically there are two dimensions when I think of individuals. For instance, in our Black community, I'm Asian, for individuals in our Asian community, or it could be Latina or any other part of the world. Number one, and I think this is incredibly important and I want to make sure it's understood, there are differences that have to do with social determinants of health. Race and ethnicity that have to do with how people are recognized, how they're treated in society, that doesn't have to do with genetics. I want to be very clear about that. That's not a genetic construct. That's what our society has done. And I do think it's different. It's a different lived experience if you're a Black young man with autism than if you're a white young man with autism. And I think as we think about those experiences, we want to again make sure that all of those voices are heard. There is, however, and I have to say this again as a geneticist, there are genetic differences between individuals. We're 99.9% the same, but the problem that we have now in genetics is that 80% of our genetic information comes from people that represent 20% of the world's population. So we are completely swapped. And if you happen to be of European ancestry, you are overrepresented in terms of being able to understand your genetic information. If you are of any other part of the world, so if you come from any of the other four corners of the world, you are underrepresented. And so I am able to understand less well the genetic information for you when it comes to your health, when it comes to autism, when it comes to future risk. And that's just not fair. That literally is an equity issue where that is just not fair. And so the gaps that we have in terms of equal access and what we can do, that gap only widens with the genetics until we get to the point where we have equal representation for everyone. And so I really want this to be the opportunity where everyone has an equal chance to have the best chance at a healthy, happy, productive life. And that's what we're trying to do is make sure that everyone's voice can be heard.